if I'm the Cleveland Browns and I have a decision between Kevin Stefanski and Mike McDaniel, I'm picking neither one of those guys. Okay? Those are two of the same coach. Why would I want the same head coach if I'm the Cleveland Browns? If you're a Cleveland Browns fan, just ask yourself this. What is the difference between Kevin Stefanski and Mike McDaniel? Just close your eyes for a second. Let's do a think piece. Let's all collectively close our eyes and think about this. Kevin Stefanski and Mike McDaniel are the same coach. Why would I want the same head coach that I just had for the past 6 years? I want something different. Okay? No and no. Okay? No and no. No to Kevin Stefanski. We already know he's being fired. I don't know for sure that Miami is going to fire Mike McDaniel. We don't know that for sure. So that's a pipe dream, okay? So 2 things have to happen. Actually, 3 things have to happen. You have to fire Kevin Stefanski, which is probably going to happen. Then Mike McDaniel has to be fired by the Miami Dolphins. And then the third thing is you'll have to hire Mike McDaniel as your next head coach. So 3 things have to happen. Now, crazier things have happened. I'm not saying it can't happen or it won't happen. I'm just saying I don't want it to happen. Okay? I don't want it to happen at all. Mike McDaniel, you're going to have the same issues that you have with Kevin Stefanski that you have with Mike McDaniel. You're going to have these Ivy League guys who think they're smarter than everybody else in the room, who they don't really take a lot of accountability. They're kind of smug. If you ever watched the Mike McDaniel press conference, he's smug, just like Kevin Stefanski. These Ivy League guys, they think they're the smartest guys in the room. Well, if we just went through 6 years of this Ivy League BS and analytical BS, why would you want the more of the same of that? That makes 0 sense. I don't like that this is the narrative that national media members are bestowing upon the Cleveland Browns. It's almost like they hate the Cleveland Browns. Do y'all hate us? Do y'all want us to professionally be losers? Well, yeah, that's going to be the case. Yeah, Mike McDaniel, okay? Mike McDaniel and Kevin Stefanski, both their trajectories have been eerily similar. They had early success, and they were not able to sustain that success, okay? Both are not head coaches. Both guys are good OCs. It's simple. They're both offensive coordinators. Sometimes you're not a head coach. You're an offensive coordinator. We found out the trial and error that Mike McDaniel is better suited as an offensive coordinator and Kevin Stefanski is best suited as an offensive coordinator. This CEO approach that he's had the past couple seasons has not worked. The Cleveland Browns have not been better. Okay, you've given up play calling duties the last 2 seasons. It's netted you, what? The back half of the year netted you a win with Jameis Winston against the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's netted you a win against the Raiders and the Pittsburgh Steelers once again. It's almost like your Super Bowl is the Pittsburgh Steelers. Kevin Stefanski, if he's going to do one thing, he's going to play well and coach well against the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm sorry, that's not good enough for you to keep your job. Just because you're 5-6 against the Steelers at home. I don't think they won a game against Steelers on the road the entire time. Except the one in the playoff where he wasn't even at the game. He was in the basement during COVID. That one should be, that's an Alex Van Pelt win. And then what happened? After the 2023 season, they got rid of Alex Van Pelt. The offense has not been the same since Alex Van Pelt has left. It's not been the same since Bill Callahan has left. Kevin Stefanski, he got too big for his britches. He's like, well, I don't need Bill Callahan. I don't need Alex Van Pelt. Well, it looks like you do. Because you have been lost like Moses in the desert. Okay, that's how you've been the past 2 seasons. You are, 7-26 in your last 33 games? Soon to be maybe 7-27 in your last 34 games, or 8-26. It can only be 2 outcomes, 7-27, or 8-26. There's only 2 outcomes that could come about this. Yeah, he's going to be fired. But why would I want Mike McDaniel? What is Mike McDaniel showing with the Dolphins? He's showing a culture of them being soft. Their star players just saying whatever they want to. All right, that's what we want. That's what we want in Cleveland. We want an undisciplined team. We already had an undisciplined team for the past 6 seasons under Kevin Stefanski. All right, this team not disciplined. He's supposed to be 2-time coach of the year. That's what I was told. He's 2-time coach of the year. He's a good coach because he's 2-time coach of the year. What have you done for me lately? What kind of development have you done, Kevin Stefanski? Who have you developed on the offensive side? You're an offensive guy. Who have you developed? You're supposed to be an offensive guy. You're supposed to develop these quarterbacks, right? You picked DCR in the 5th round. Looked terrible when he was out there. You did not develop him at all. Mary Kay Cabell was like, he needs more time because he has not had his quarterback. What do you mean he has not had his quarterback? He had Deshaun Watson for 19 starts. Okay? He had Deshaun Watson for 19 starts. Okay? You should have been able to get something out of him. Okay? There's still talent in there. And you got the least amount out of Deshaun Watson. Don't tell me he didn't have his quarterback. He had one of the top quarterbacks in the league for many years. He got to Cleveland, and then he forgot how to play football. You know why? Because Kevin Stefanski refused to build an offense around Deshaun Watson. He was like, no, you're going to run my rudimentary offense, and you're going to try to put this round hole, this square into a round hole, okay? Square peg into a round hole. Like, you had Deshaun Watson. I'm not 100% sure that Deshaun Watson is washed. I'm willing to believe that Kevin Stefanski is not a good coach and the scheme sucks more so than Deshaun Watson is washed. You put Deshaun Watson in the right offense, which was not Cleveland. Let me ask you this question. What quarterback has looked good in a Kevin Stefanski offense? Please don't say Joe Flacco for 5 games, okay? Where did I get the Cleveland Browns? They ain't even re-sign him. They ain't even re-sign him. It was like, well, I mean, Deshaun Watson felt some type of way. So man, forget Deshaun Watson. We paying you all this money. If we bring Joe Flacco back, you're just going to have to, if you whine and complain about it, so what? Whatever. You got your money. You better, you better fall in line. No, Kevin Stefanski, not about that action, not about that life. Okay? Not about that life. That's kind of where he lost the team right there. You had Joe Flacco for 5 games, 6 games. He played well, and you decided to just let him walk to Indianapolis. Should have brought him back. It could have been a competition between him and Deshaun. Maybe you would have got the best out of Deshaun Watson if you brought Joe Flacco back. But nope, you brought Jameis Winston in, and, Deshaun Watson got hurt. Jameis Winston looks like Jameis Winston, and, we're in a situation where you pick 2 quarterbacks in 3rd and 5th round. They look like rookie developmental quarterbacks. It's on you to develop the quarterback. You're the head coach who is also an offensive coordinator. What quarterback has looked good under Kevin Stefanski? Please let me know. Baker Mayfield's played his best ball outside of Cleveland. Jacoby Brissett's played his best football outside of Cleveland. Deshaun Watson has played his best football outside of Cleveland. I'm just saying, all these quarterbacks that that Kevin Stefanski has had, Mary Kay Cabell, the nerve of Mary Kay Cabell to say, oh, if Kevin just needs his quarterback. What do you mean his quarterback? He's had plenty of quarterbacks. If you're a good coach, you should be able to coach. I saw Kevin McConnell get the most out of quarterbacks in Minnesota. I saw him squeeze the mess out of Josh Dobbs. All the talent that Josh Dobbs has, which is not a lot, he's got the most out of him. Even if it only was for a couple games. He got the most out of him. Okay? He got the most out of Sam Darnold. Okay? That's a good head coach. That's a good offensive mind right there. John McVay got the most out of a broken Baker Mayfield. A coach Kevin Stefanski had. Kevin Stefanski had for 2 seasons and didn't think he was an adult in the room. He's like, no, I can't win with this guy. Sean McVay was like, hey, man, we're going to rehabilitate you in 3 games, and we're going to get you paid. That's what a good coach does. Okay? Kevin Stefanski, not a good coach. I don't care, 2-time coach of the year. That was what have you done for me lately? The NFL stands for not for long. What has Kevin Stefanski done for me? And why would I want Mike McDaniel? Who is Kevin Stefanski liked? Let's get on him now. Mike McDaniel pretty much was like, man, it's not a very good vote of confidence for your quarterback. Bro. And then 2 was just like, man, I'm probably going to get benched at some point. I'm just going to say whatever I want to. Man, hey, man, your quarterback need to be buttoned up. Mike McDaniel, get in your boy ear. Tell him, hey, man, you shouldn't be saying that, bro. I'm going to bench you. You better fall in line. But see, coaches like Mike McDaniel, coaches like Kevin Stefanski, non-confrontational. All right? You need some dogs in the locker room. Not Ivy League smart guys. Not in the locker room. Maybe they are dogs. But, I mean, I've seen Kevin Stefanski in a post-game in the locker room after a win. Dude's a dork. When I see somebody like Kevin McConnell, man, it's like, man, I want to run through a wall for that guy. Ben Johnson, this guy took his shirt off. Dan Campbell. What I got from Kevin Stefanski after the Raiders game, you didn't give the game ball to your rookie. That was the first rookie quarterback with the Cleveland Browns to win a game in their debut for the first time since 1995. You gave a game ball to Corey Bojorquez. That's a fireball offense, right? I'm so happy that we get rid of this joker. You gave a game ball to Corey Bojorquez and you shouted him out. But your rookie won his first game. The first rookie quarterback to win their debut since Eric Zaire in 1995. But you're like, oh, man, Corey Bojorquez, hey, he punted the ball from the 29-yard line. Are you kidding me, man? Get this joker up out of here, man. Get this joker out of here, man. Mike McDaniel, pretty much the same coach. No and no. I don't want any of those jokers in Cleveland. Okay? Who do I want in Cleveland? KSK, who do you want in Cleveland? I'll end the video here. Who do I want in Cleveland? I don't want an offensive guy. All right? The last few coaches for the Cleveland Browns have been offensive guys. Okay? Hugh Jackson, offensive guy. Didn't work. We had Greg Williams for a little bit. They're like, nah, he got Bounty Gate. He might not be a good person to lead us. We're going to go to Freddie Kitchens. Abject failure. Then you went to Kevin Stefanski. So your last 3 head coaches that you've hired, all offensive guys. And the Browns have been trash on the offensive side for the past 7 to 8 years. With, well, let's see, Hugh Jackson, the last 10 years. We go back to the Hugh Jackson era. Error, E-R-R-O-R. They've been offensively trash with Hugh Jackson. They were okay with Freddie Kitchens, but institutionally, Freddie Kitchens did not have it all buttoned up. That was the 1 year where the offense looked decent. Baker threw for almost 4,000 yards. Jarvis Landry had 1,000 yards. Nick Chubb had like 1,400 yards, I believe. Odell Beckham had over 1,000 yards. They were putting up some numbers on the offensive side that year. They still finished 6-10. At that time, they were still playing 16 games. But, I mean, the offense has been bad. I don't think the Browns have had a top 10 offense the last 10 years. So maybe you need to hire a defensive guy. Okay? My dream coach right now, I want Robert Saleh. I want to pluck him from the 49ers. Put him in Cleveland. And I think he got a raw deal with the New York Jets. I think he's a good coach. I think he's a good leader of men. He's very calm, cool, collected. He's not a pushover like Kevin Stefanski. He's kind of the opposite of Kevin Stefanski. That's what I want. I want the opposite of Kevin Stefanski. I want a defensive guy. I want him, or I want Brian Flores, or if you can't get those guys, I'm fine with Jim Schwartz and Tommy Rees staying put, and you still have continuity there. So, yeah. Kevin Stefanski's probably going to get fired. I don't want Mike McDaniel. I want a defensive guy. My dream defensive coordinator right now that I would want to get, Robert Saleh. I think Robert Saleh is going to get another head coaching job, and I pray it was by Cleveland Browns. But that's all I have for this one. Kevin Stefanski is going to get X. I don't want him. I don't want Mike McDaniel. Like and subscribe. help your boy get to 300 subs. I got over 200 subs, and I'm feeling myself. Peace.